Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is our first record of the immune system. Now, what are we going to talk about? We're talking about the immune system. Now, why is immune system important for our body? In general, I'm talking about the function of the immune system. What is the function of the immune system? The function of the immune system that it defends our body, and it fights off pathogens. What are pathogens? Pathogens are whatever virus or bacteria that would attack the body. The immune system main function is to protect the body from any pathogen the body will encounter. This is the first thing. Second thing, we're going to talk about the focus question. What is the focus question for this lesson? The focus question is talking about two things. How do non-specific and specific immunity compare? As if I'm telling you, compare non-specific immunity to specific. Okay, without even talking biology, when I tell you this word and I tell you compare something that's non-specific to something that is specific, you're going to find out directly that what I'm talking about, something that is a general thing and another thing that is specified to a certain thing. So if I'm talking about non-specific immunity and I would like to compare it to specific, what I'm going to say that non-specific immunity, it slows the progression of diseases, okay, and it's a general one, while specific immunity will start being more effective. It will be developed during the non-specific immunity taking place, and it's more effective, and it will be directed at a certain pathogen, whatever the pathogen is. Knowing this, we start talking now about the types of specific and non-specific. Now, when I think about immunity, I would think about it as something that will prevent or will like hiding our body or something of the sort. So I'm going to talk about it as an army that protects me. So I'm talking about 3 lines of defense. What are the 3 lines of defense we're talking about? The first line of defense, second line of defense, and the third line of defense. Now, when I first talk about specific and I want to categorize it as specific and non-specific, I'm going to say first and second are non-specific, while the third will be specific. Okay? Now, if I talk about the first line of defense, look at your body and consider would be the first line of defense. First line of defense would be a barrier, something that will be covering your body. So I have in the first line of defense, I have a barrier. Do I have only one type of barrier? No, I have 2 types. I have a physical barrier and I have a chemical barrier. And this goes under the first line of defense. What is the physical barrier? Physical barrier, of course, first thing we're going to talk about is the skin. Second thing is the pH. And what is the pH? Now, you know the skin, of course. Your skin covers your body and it's covered with the dead epithelial cells, and these cells, they protect your body. Second thing is the pH. The pH of your skin is going towards acidic, which does not allow any pathogen to live there. And the last thing will be the bacteria, and I'm not talking about any bacteria, I'm talking about floral bacteria, the non-harmful bacteria that lives on the skins and that it inhibits many pathogens that grow as they produce acids, and these acids, they live on the skin oil, they produce acids, and these acids will prevent pathogen. This is the first part, which is the chemical part. Now I go to the second part, the physical barrier. Now I go to the second barrier, which is the chemical barrier. What is the chemical barrier? Also, it's made of 3 things. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the saliva, the tears, and the nasal secretion. Okay, these are all secretions that contain enzyme called lysosome, and the function of this enzyme is to break down the bacterial cell wall and thus killing the pathogens. Second, we're talking about chemical defense. What is the chemical defense? A chemical defense, we're talking about the chemical defense as we have mucus. Where is the mucus? The mucus is covering the internal surfaces of our body. All our organs, from the internal organs and every internal organs, they are covered with a sticky mucus, and these are covering the inner epithelial cell, and their responsibility does not allow any pathogen to go. Only mucus. Now also we have it also aided with the cilia, and the cilia are also lines the airway. They're breaking their beating motion, their motion as they move, they send any bacterial coat in the mucus. Okay, third, what is the third? There's always a third. The third is the hydrochloric acid that is secreted in your stomach. The hydrochloric acid that is secreted in your stomach, it will also digest any pathogen that will enter. Okay, so we talked about non-specific, we talked about the first line of defense, and these are the three barriers we're going to talk about. Now, I don't want to make it a long video, so I'm going to stop here, and then we're going to continue with non-specific response, the second line of defense. What I want you to think about is to compare and contrast the type of barriers we're talking about. Please submit your answers on Shobi. You can do it on any Word document and submit it on Shobi. Compare and contrast any type of, the two type of barriers we talked about of the immune system. Thank you.